your wife does not respect you. And honestly, deep down, I think you already know why. See, you feel it, right? Like the tone that she has, right? She used to be in love with you. She used to have this vibration, but there's something that has changed in her. You know, the way that she questions everything that you say. She doesn't believe in you. She doesn't trust you. She doesn't she doesn't really care about what's going on in your world. The way that she moves, it's almost like you're not even really there. And instead of fixing it, you blame her, right? Instead of fixing yourself, you blame her. Instead of saying, what am I doing wrong, and pointing some thumbs, you point fingers and you blame her, right? Listen, my name is Max Dutton. I'm here to help you today build yourself into a stronger man. If you have followed me before, I appreciate you being back. If you haven't, go ahead and subscribe because I drop content like this every day. I don't edit these videos. I just come out here and just drop some straight knowledge to you, okay? So, ultimately at this point, I want to be able to show you why your wife does not respect you and how you can get her to actually begin to respect you as your husband. Because the truth is, she she needs to, man. If you guys can be married, like she has to have some sense of respect, right? So let's get down to this. All right. Understand that respect is not given. Respect is responded to. And you might be expecting me to say, well, respect is earned. In a sense, right? But respect is responded to. Men think that respect is something that they are owed because they're the husband, but it couldn't be further from the truth. See, the reality is respect is a response that a woman has when there is leadership and consistency and strength, right? Protection, discipline. If these things are missing, then the respect that you're expecting also disappears. And so this is the part that a lot of men really don't like, right? It's not that she's broken. She's not. She's just responding honestly to the type of leadership that you've been giving her. And so that might be a shock to you, but that's the truth. She's responding exactly the way that she should respond based off of what you're doing. So if she's not giving you what you want, well, it's more than likely because you're not giving her what she needs to give you what you want. Hopefully that makes sense, right? So let's talk about leadership. See, the reality is you're more than likely not leading anything. You're probably leading nothing. Let's be real. Like, you probably don't lead your home. You exist in your home. Most men exist in their home. They don't lead their home. Do you set the direction every day? Does your family know where you're going, right? Do you set the standards every day in your home? Do they know what the standard is? From your children to your wife to the dog, right? Like, do you make firm decisions? Do you correct behavior without emotion? Or do you get angry when you speak, right? You hesitate, you negotiate, you fold under pressure, you change what you were going to say, and then you're curious and wonder why she doesn't follow, right? More than likely, a woman won't respect you because also you're emotionally reactive. And this is a big issue that a lot of men have. Like, you can find a man who's emotionally reactive online easily by watch a video online, right? For example, watch one of my pieces of video. I make a piece of content. I make a lot of videos online, right? And so someone will watch like 10 seconds of a minute and a half long video, and then they'll react to that 10 seconds and they'll start like an argument in the entire comment section, like dying on a hill that they don't have to die on because they didn't watch the rest of it. Or you're in your house and you're having a quick conversation and then you quickly react to something that she said to you instead of listening to what she's saying and making a fair determination. See, most men are reactive. They don't respond appropriately. Every time she challenges you, you get defensive and you get loud, you get frustrated, and you shut down. It's because you don't know how to communicate. And unfortunately, real leaders don't do that. So if you want to be a leader of your home, that's not what you do. A man who's being controlled by the moment is exactly what that is. A man who is what we call a thermometer. You are just reading the conditions. She's hot, you become hot. She's cold, you become cold. You're not a thermostat. You're not setting the conditions. A woman cannot respect a man. She can move emotionally. Like, she controls you with your buttons. She's not going to respect you. It's as simple as that, right? And so most men, unfortunately, today, and this is probably your case, why she doesn't respect you is because you've become predictable and you've become soft. See, you used to be this stronger guy, this character, and somewhere along the line, you've kind of lost your edge. I don't know how old you are watching this video, but you lost your edge more than likely. For some of us, that might be in their 20s or 30s. For you, you have to make the determination as to when you lost your edge. Maybe it was because you didn't want to argue. Maybe it was because somebody told you about how you should be in your marriage, right? But now you've lost your edge. And so now you're comfortable and you have this routine and you don't escape that routine. You're safe and it feels good. What you don't do is you don't push yourself physically anymore. Those days are gone. What you don't do is you don't grow mentally anymore. Those days are gone. You don't lead spiritually anymore. In my program, that's what I do with men. I coach men who, they're mentally, physically, and spiritually kind of drifting. And so I work with them directly. So if you want to get some serious help, you're like, dude, I don't even need to watch the rest of this video. Like, help me out. In the link in the description here, you're going to see a link that goes to my coaching network. Click that, join it. All right. And that's the gateway to everything else that I offer. But that's the reality of it, right? You've become a man that she can predict instead of a man that she respects. And so it's also important to understand that you have to stand for something. And unfortunately, most men today, they don't really stand for anything. What do I mean? See, when you don't stand for something, a man who doesn't stand for something, they say things like that. You might be saying, oh, I stand for something. Okay, well, hold on. A man who doesn't stand for something will say things like this. We should probably, whatever, right? Or maybe we could, whatever. Or I feel like maybe that's not right. Instead of being direct, instead of having conviction, because those answers, those responses, that's not a man with conviction. That's not what a man with conviction sounds like. That's a man asking for permission to feel a certain kind of way. And so a woman cannot respect a man like that. See, that's why a lot of women will cheat, unfortunately, for two reasons. Number one, they're not the right chick. But number two, eventually 10 years, 15 years into a relationship, they just miss being around an alpha male, man. They really miss being around somebody who owns the space. And I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but it's true. Right? A woman cannot respect a man who doesn't even stand firm in his own words, right? So, like, if you're a Christian, which I hope that you are, right? If you're not a follower of Christ, come work with me, all right? I'll help you out with that space. Like, spiritually, Scripture makes this clear in the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 23. It says, "For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church." This does not mean that like a man is like this controlling man. It means that a man has responsibility. Christ leads with strength and sacrifice, authority, truth. You lead with strength, sacrifice, authority, and truth. And if you're not leading like that, then you're not actually walking in your role, then are you? Right? And so, like, this is the part that you're probably going to turn the video off on because, look, hopefully it's just you. Hopefully you got some headphones in and nobody can hear this because I'm kind of chewing you out. I get that, right? But your wife's lack of respect is unfortunately a reflection of your lack of leadership. And I need you to know that. Not all of it, but most of it. And until you fix that, nothing else in your relationship is going to change with this woman. All right. So here go a couple action steps that you can take today that are going to ensure that you're successful. They're going to ensure that you have a better relationship, that the respect begins to build again. Okay. Number one, okay, get your body in order. Like, you need to start getting physically fit again. A man needs to be, number one, you need to be capable of doing harm, but controlling it. You need to be physically fit because you should be able to have stamina to do things around the house, to protect your wife if need be, to protect your children, to run around with your kids, to be attractive. These things are important. Okay. And most importantly, to feel good about yourself. So when you look in the mirror, you're like, yeah, man, I'm still staying tight. Now help men with that. All right. If you want to get in shape, go ahead and check the description again in the box here and join my coaching network. Number two, you need to start fixing your communication skills. Your words are super, super important. Like, speak clearly, no hesitation, no softness, no weakness. Like, you have to learn to communicate like a boss, somebody who gets a point across very, very clearly. Number three, you need to learn to make decisions. You need to make these decisions. You need to stop asking for permission, and you need to start leading your family. It's as simple as that. Children are children. If they live in your house, they're 18 years old, they follow your rules. If they don't want to, they can leave, find another place to go, right? But that's just the way it's going to be, right? Your wife, hey, look, let's have a discussion. Let me hear your opinion. Okay, this is the direction we're going to go. Well, that's how it's going to work. And that might be a shock to her, but that's the truth. You got to learn to make decisions. And honestly, deep down, even though you haven't done it for a long time, that's going to feel a little bit awkward at first, I'm sure, but that's what she wants. Okay. You need to learn, number four, to control your emotions, right? Like you cannot be an angry man. You cannot be a sad man. Like there's no more acting like a boy, dude. You're not a boy. You're a grown man. Okay. You're a warrior for Christ, man. You're a grown man. And so you're going to act that way. And number five, you got to get right with God, right? A woman wants to see a man who's a spiritual leader. Like a man without God, what he does is he folds under pressure. It's as simple as that, right? So I want you to know Satan, unfortunately, the devil, he wants you passive and weak. And he wants you to be disrespected by your wife. He wants you waking up every day hating your existence, hating your life. That's what he wants. That's what he's looking for. He wants you to feel unworthy of your family. But if you're done being that man, check the description of this video and join my network. I will start working with you for 4 coaching sessions every single month. And I have a full training library of different things to help you overcome lust and anger and help you build wealth and a lot of stuff. And then if you want to upgrade into something with me, more personalized, I got a ton of programs in there that I'll work with you one-on-one. I know right now I'm just a stranger to you, but I'm here to help you. Okay. So if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. Smash the like button. It's the least you could do. Who cares, right? Hey, God bless you. Keep up the good work, okay? Hope everything works out.